What's happening, everybody? This is Clip, and that's my grandson, Justin. Yeah, we're here again. What are we going to talk about today?
Episode 2. You know we don't ever know what we're talking about, but I
I
do
know.
have a lot of stuff that I want to start off with. Um, First off, I want to touch again on that mainstream topic because I thought about something that kind of like shows how big you really are and that reach you have. Because I listen to a lot of hip hop and stuff from my generation, obviously, but then I also like old school music, like 70s, 80s, 90s, R&B and soul music, right?
Mm.
And going to your shows, I've realized like I've met maybe 60 to 50% of my playlist just either at your shows. Like I saw Al Green at the Fools in Love Festival. I saw Zap. I
Right.
saw a number of artists that I listened to.
Yeah, you saw
And
the old school. You
I
saw,
saw the old school,
yeah, the Temptations,
the
Shaka
Temptations,
Khan.
Shaka Khan, Charlie Wilson. Like I
Yeah,
saw all those, I've obviously heard them on the radios as a kid, but like
right,
that's the music I listen to now. Like if you saw my playlist, it's pretty much the Fools in Love Festival, which is crazy.
right,
And then even then, like Young Boy, I got into Young Boy through your connections.
right,
So
right.
it's like I've met so many people through just going to your like even when I was little, there was a time when you performed at the Fox Theater in like
Okay,
2017, and
okay.
I'm pretty sure the tour was with Thundercat,
Yeah, I remember
and
that time.
and it's like
Yeah,
just
we went with the the brain feeder
brain
crew,
feeder, yep,
Flying
and it's
Lotus, and
just
that whole crew.
going to your shows. I've met maybe 50%, 60% of the people I listen to. Because I
Yeah,
also don't listen to that many people. Like a lot, Jid, Young Boy, same type of people. But like I've met most of them, or I've even like Willow Smith. I didn't even know she was at the show because I don't know her face, but like
I know that's funny. You standing next to her.
I'm standing next to her the whole show recording, and I'm just looking over, and she's looking at me like, "Why does this dude keep looking at me?" And I'm wondering who that is because, like, you usually don't see young people like that at P Funk shows behind. So like,
Exactly.
I keep looking, and then Shonda goes on the tour bus and was like, "Did you see Willow Smith?" No, I didn't. Well, I saw her, but I didn't say anything. You can't not be mainstream. Like,
Right.
there's so much that connection wise and like you can't now. You have a song with Kendrick Lamar. People in my generation would go crazy for that. Like P Funk has a song with Kendrick Lamar. Like that's our leader. Like that's our the best rapper.
But you know, it's funny because like you're discovering it at your time, but even like in the beginnings of hip hop, like that was the thing. I just happened to be lucky enough to be like with this band before all
Right.
the hip hop got there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was feeling like I'm working with like the crew. It was the top of the R&B chain, uh, and it was a freak show because what was a freak show about it? It was all kinds of music. So by the time you get around to like what hip hop is,
Mm-hmm.
you you got them already going for records that they had never heard of. Either their parents had it, or you know. But we kind of grew up on listening to music on uh, black and white TV, and it's all still the same. It's like it's all circular. You know what I mean? I mean, you think about it, like a Marquise, like Marquise is
Mm-hmm.
my son, everybody. But back in the day, like right now, he's just got a story that he could tell of being at a show when he was probably 3.5, and he had the on at this show. Bootsy had him in his arms. Stevie Wonder's up there singing. And he's over
See, that's
there,
crazy. Like
yeah,
that's crazy because I listen to
yeah.
Stevie
It was
Wonder
like
too.
over the
It's
years, it's
like
like Marquise kind of got away with a lot of stuff because like some of his teachers were like people who were like at that show was like, "You're
Mm-hmm.
that kid," you know. I remember a day when we had like a conversation like this, and then you realize that your buddy, his grandfather was like the OJs. Yeah,
OJ's. Yes, my best friend's grandpa is the lead
yeah. See
singer in the
that?
OJ's, which is so crazy because we've been friends literally. Okay, my mom and his mom were pregnant in the same time because
Okay,
we're a month apart. And so we literally grew up like brothers. Like that's like literally
right.
my whole life, right? His grandpa's the OJ's, Eddie Levert. His uncle is
The Leverts.
um Levert from Casanova, the song Casanova, and it's like it's so much like music around.
Well,
It's
music may be the
crazy.
connector, and probably one of the things that keeps
And now I
the
play
kind of.
instruments. Like
We
it's
don't talk about it that way because when people are marketing music, they they will probably prefer that you disassociate from knowing the people that you would really want to know, like in your peer group, which is like
mhm.
for me, it looks like the powers that be also use like hip hop artists in a way that, depending on like how they need society to behave, they use our concept of rock stars in a they make them very useful in creating dissension, which is like makes it blur our vision as to what's really going on, and everybody kind of falls into
Mhm.
that trap. That's the only like I like battle rap, but I would love it if you know you and your homie you just tore his ass up in a rap battle. Y'all be the ones that's for sure. There's a dedicated, the right blunt, the right you know, uh, Khalifa Kush up in that mug so that you can, you know,
Shout out George to the
yeah,
Khalifa
yeah,
Christian
that
that
that funk,
the funk.
yeah, man,
Yep. Um Yeah, so it's just crazy. Like even now, I started playing bass and guitar, and obviously, I like that's from the music, but that's going to your shows too and hearing it and like I want to be able to do that. Like I go to the shows and I hear Michael Hampton, I'm like,
right.
oh my gosh, one day I want to be able to do that because what is like that's crazy. That sounds. I was listening to Stevie Wonder yesterday, and that bass line on I don't know, is it?
Man, I wish I still had your joy. I think I still have your joy, but I, yeah, it's just that my joy is turned into white hair.
But I
Man,
mean, that's
yeah,
crazy to me. Music, hearing that stuff. And now that I play bass and play guitar, now I'm isolating those things from the track. Like you usually when you don't play instruments, you hear the
right,
full thing. You don't single out unless it's a solo or
right,
unless it's like,
right.
you know. But now I'm singling out and I'm like hearing bass lines and I'm hearing guitar riffs and it's like now I want to perform that. Like now I have a list
Real
of
Justin,
songs that I want to learn just
I
because.
got messed up when I was like 9 years old. I went to a session, and when I seen how it was actually done from
Mhm.
10 years on, I only hear music like I almost see the people in the studio.
You
Yeah, I'd be
hear the
like,
production, huh? Hearing that stuff, being in that environment, like that's why I play
okay,
guitar now, and that's why I like going to concerts. Like I'm going to Kanye today,
oof,
later today. Spend way too much money on the tickets. I mean,
what's
way
going
too
on
much
with the
money.
tickets, man?
I've paid
Uh,
350, and I'm in the highest
okay,
section in the stadium, the highest. Like
right.
we're at the roof, but like in a certain row. I don't know which row, but we're literally in row 500.
Okay, check this out. Here's the thing with me is my favorite show that I can remember when I was your age, maybe not your age, but maybe a little younger. Yeah, probably about 15, 16.
Okay.
I saw 6 acts: Donald Byrd and the Blackbirds, Mandrill. Uh, it was like the everybody that was hot that year at
Hmm.
UAD uh, gymnasium. $5. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean, $5, like for $5, I could go get a candy bar. That's about it. And I'm gonna enjoy myself, obviously. Like Kanye, he makes
Right,
some good music, but it's the fact that I didn't even pay that for like the one ticket. Remember how I bought my ticket before you were gonna give
right,
me into the show? I had bought a ticket for like 300, one ticket for 300 something dollars, and it was like
right.
a good ticket. I don't know. I don't think the music has gotten better for it to be getting like
No,
that.
it's one day we'll get into how that is and why that is, because I got a note here,
Yeah.
and they they want me to say Live Nation gets bands to accept small guarantees for high price tickets,
Mm-hmm.
and they get a bigger back end. And then what happens is it all
Mm-hmm.
looks like a sellout at the very top, and then you're selling out these tickets at these humongous
Artists.
prices. You, you know what I mean? Because you can use the same place and say, okay, we had a set price of $50 a ticket, and be
Mm-hmm.
and pull and probably pull off everything that you need to pull off. But there's the other thing too is like we can nitpick those kind of prices, but there's a there's a there's always been like a section of an audience that says we can afford it and you can't. I've always accepted that I can't. Okay, so if I want to go see a good show and the band I like seeing is Funkadelic, I'll take the job as Funkadelic to be there every day to watch it from the audience.
We need to start a hashtag find Clipadelic and get the fans to
Uh,
find you. Like start a
but I'm
hashtag.
not really
If you can
here.
find Clipadelic, if you can find Clipadelic in the audience, we will repost it or something. Hashtag find Clipadelic. We talked about that multiple times. I like you really joined the band, and it's more of a you like to watch P Funk and really
Yeah.
like I have a couple videos from I don't remember. I think it
Okay.
was in Tokyo. You were like second on the
Yeah.
balcony singing, and we got a perfect footage of like him pan into you and then pan into P Funk, and you're like so far away, but still they're still
Yeah.
hearing you, seeing you. The 2017 tour with
Right.
Thundercat, you actually took me to the balcony of Fox Theater, and people started crowding us while you were singing on the mic. And I hope we can find a picture of that someday because there were so many people recording and taking pictures.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you at. Like on the jam scene, I've seen
Yeah.
there's a class of like jam people who used to just like being in the parking lot and not paying for the show until they felt like paying for the show. But um, people don't do those kinds of tours anymore. You know,
Hmm.
what Kanye's doing is so much production. Everything is so much production.
Also, he hasn't performed in the United States in 3 years, so like obviously the ticket prices are going to be insane. But apparently, he's bringing out another special guest, and so the ticket prices rose from $212 to
So this
like
is all
350.
speculation.
Like the cheapest ticket,
It's all
it's all
speculation.
speculation. We don't even know who he's bringing, but we know he brought somebody last time, so they're like, "Hey, he's gonna bring somebody big on Friday
Yeah,
night.
that's
Like
that's
this is
like
gonna,"
trying to find a
and
good price of
it's.
a ticket at the airlines. Like if too many people go there, the price keeps going up. It's just
I'm trying to get my ticket for New Orleans
oh,
now.
I'm gonna pre-assume that you'll be our team will be bigger and they'll have to have us at that point. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah. Is there an Anita Baker type little mama out here
no,
in your
no,
generation?
no. I mean, no. There are some people that still have the soulful songs, but there's no Anita Bakers for sure.
I like the girl that because of the new flavor these days. I
Yeah,
like the girl that got the song called I like my weed." You know her?
I don't. I have to. Let's see if we can look it up. I like my weed. Jane Hancock.
Yeah, Jane
Jane
Hancock. She
Hancock.
writes
I
some nice
haven't
stuff.
heard of her before. Yeah, there's not a lot of people that make the Anita Baker. Like, there's not a lot of sweet love anymore.
Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, there's not a lot of sweet love going on.
And
Matter of fact, uh, one of my questions is like, when when does a G take time to break that shit down while he's got cognac in his hand to catch the little mama on the other side of the room to actually like meet her,
mm,
become social with her? Because from what I'm being told is most folks that uh 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 generate your generation right now, they only just push it up in their seat. Is that has the music lost its touch, or have
maybe the
people lost their
generation.
touch?
Maybe it's the people.
I think the people have lost it. You need pinstripe pants instead of like skinny pants. Like you can still go to the old peg leg, like the old Temptation 64.
Yeah.
Those that looks sharp. But this
Right.
old thing that looking like you just put on your grandma's tight, your grandma's stockings and walked out there and said you're wearing pants. It's kind of okay. You don't have a. Does your generation have an usher?
Chris Brown, but even then, I don't think. I think that's the only person I can really like pinpoint.
The problem is that some people want to hear different stories. Like that, it's gonna be like this story that you hear that everybody ain't telling. That just happened to be like coming out of somebody's mouth. Is gonna be like the smash hit. You
I
know,
see why, because here's one complaint I get about YoungBoy. All his songs sound the same, and it's I see why people branch out and try to make different type of music and make different type of themes, because you don't want to get to the point where all your music sounds the same.
exactly.
But I mean, that thing is irrelevant because YoungBoy makes country music, rap music, gospel music, so that. But like, I see why we're branching out and trying to try different things so we can stay relevant and stay, attached.
Well,
Because I feel like
I think it's your generation is like every one of us that get to be like between somewhere like to me between like I say 15 and 25 like we get ready to like start discovering stuff like we're gonna be branching out from our friends because they like this kind of stuff and and I like this kind of stuff but it all gonna come around later on. It's just like everybody's journey in music and uh I say being 18 is like when you take whatever was there
mhm,
and you start dismantling it to the point that it's like we don't do it that way. We
yeah.
do it our way. You know what I mean?
See, I'm I like I said, I listen to old school music, so I still have the love for the old music. I have my hip hop playlist with 700 and something songs, and then I
Right.
got my old school playlist.
Okay, got a question. I got a question.
Hmm.
So is your old school playlist hip hop?
No,
Or is it old school hip hop or is
no,
it
I don't really. I have maybe a couple of Tupac songs, but most of it's like New Edition, Temptations, that kind of soul.
so that's soul music?
If I want to listen to hip hop, I'm gonna just go to the new school, like. But
Right.
I'm more of a We Are One, Frank Beverly, like that kind of, that's
Oh
my. If
man.
I want to go to hip hop, then I'll go to the new music, the Young Boy, the J Cole, the Drake. But you know,
You
I
definitely like we are one. That's a winner right there. Like if you know where that's coming from, like that's that goes with melanin. I give it to you like this: the only time I ever was uptight and had to get my girl into a show, we better been in there to hear "We Are One." It was the only time that
yeah,
it was a kind of like, if you don't get her into the show to see this, and I was fighting it at first,
Mm.
and then I got in there, and it was like you know 17,000 little mamas in there like losing their mind. And then as I started to see Frankie Beverly perform, I'm like, oh, this dude is the most consistent R&B guy. He had like the no frills, no extra synthesizers, no
Rick,
wah wah pedals, none of
see, I
that.
need to. I, working with you and the Wefunk stuff I do and I've kind of started hearing the backstory, like seeing the history behind music. Like I didn't know the first rap song was Sugar Hill and the Gang, or what
Yeah,
is that Sugar
Sugar
Hill?
Hill
I
Gang.
didn't know that was the first rap song. I've obviously heard it throughout, just because that's music. Like that's
Yeah, that
what you
was that,
listen
that
to.
was the first time that the radio decided to put out a rap record.
That type of music and that type of
Ooh, that
I
was funny.
still have a love for it, and I don't think I'll ever go. Like everybody says, I have an old soul because I listen to that music. But hearing the backstory, like even Angie Stone being the first girl trio, whatever rapper chopper trio,
Man, I've been knowing Angie Stone since she was like 17, 18 when they had Funk You Right On Up.
and you put me on there. I had no idea who she was, and then we had that conversation about her being the first. And then now I wish,
Yeah, I wish we had that conversation earlier. And
yeah, yeah. But now I've been listening to her music. Even it's sad that like obviously I don't explore like I need to. But even D'Angelo, I wasn't listening to D'Angelo until he passed, and like you talked about him, I was like, I need to, I heard a couple songs, and I was like, this guy, like, this is the real like Kendra Foster. This is what I'm talking about, the connections
I
of
was
P
almost
Funk
trying to
and
like not deal with D'Angelo at the beginning because I thought he fumbled on what he had.
mm,
I thought he just kind of, oh, the machine did what it's doing or something, and so he
mm,
just happened to end up with that. He got
mm.
lucky. And then I realized he had formula, and now I'm lost because you know, some people got anointing,
Yeah,
and that's what he had to go with
yeah.
all of that. That's but that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that in that episode. We
yeah,
can't give you guys too much in this one.
yeah. Hey, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody.
Whatever time of the day, whatever time, welcome to the We Funk podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Really,
Hey,
really
that's
fun
my
time.
grandson Justin.
I'm the
I'm
other way. You got to
I'm
point this.
Clip. Oh, you over here?
I'm other way, other way. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
right there. There we go.
Hey.
I'll edit it so on both sides. How
All
about that?
right.
We'll never make you wrong.
That's funny. Well, that's my grandson Justin. I'm Clip, y'all.
Episode
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed. 12 noon on Wednesday. Check us out. We Funk International. You can find us everywhere. And make sure you check us out on WeFunk.com because we got some merch. We got some shows coming up. We got some things on that app or that website that you want to see and you want to be there for. So check us out. Instagram, follow us. We Funk Pod. Find us everywhere.
We Funk Nation, baby.